Good day to you wherever you are. My name is Winnie, and welcome to this personal upgrade journey where we try to explore ideas and information that will help you move from where you are to where you want to be in your professional and personal life. As introduced last week, we've come up with a list of A to Z of personal upgrade, ideas that you need to explore and work on so that you can be able to move yourself from where you are right now to where you want to be, because we know there's a desire. You desire to be more healthy, more happy, more in your professional. Maybe you desire that promotion, or you in your relationship you desire to be a better person, better company to people, better associate. So we'll bring you all the ideas. So this week we want to dive in to our first idea, and this one we are calling the self-awareness. How to build personal self-awareness, because this is a pillar in your journey towards being a better you. So I'll begin with a story, and this is a story some of you are familiar with, some of you might not be, but it's a common story to many people. So the story is about a fish and a monkey, and the story is told of a fish that was just swimming in blue clear waters, and as the fish was swimming, there's a monkey sitting on top of a tree. And when the monkey saw the fish, he asked the fish, "Hi fish, how are you and how is the water?" The fish of course replied, "Wow, the water is nice and warm, thank you." So the monkey felt very jealous of the fish, because the monkey saw that the fish was enjoying swimming in the water and the monkey could not swim, of course. So he asked the fish, "Why don't you come up from the water and climb the tree? Because the view here is pretty amazing." Sadly, the fish replied, "I don't know how to climb a tree and I cannot survive outside water." On hearing this, the monkey wanted to make fun of the fish and said, "Oh, you are totally worthless if you cannot climb a tree." Well, the fish thought and wondered, "Wow, for sure I can't climb a tree. And I think the monkey is right. I am very worthless. I cannot just go up the tree and enjoy the amazing view as explained by the monkey." So for days, the fish was depressed and wondering why the fish couldn't climb a tree. One day, a seahorse saw the fish feeling very depressed and wondered why. Then he asked the fish, "What is making you feel so depressed?" The fish explained that the monkey had told him that he's worthless because he could not climb a tree. Wow, the seahorse laughed and wondered and asked the fish, "Why didn't you ask the monkey to come down to the water and swim?" And the fish, this idea suddenly lifted the fish's spirit and actually wondered why the monkey wanted the fish up and the monkey could not come down to swim. And the fish actually felt thankful for nature for giving it the amazing ability to swim. Of course, this story takes from an Albert Einstein quote, which says, "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." Of course, this story of the fish and the seahorse is a story of self-realization. And this is what we want to explore in this episode. When the fish finally was able to understand that its ability is to swim and not to climb a tree, he was able to get the energy. And this is what we call the self-awareness, understanding your ability, your skills, and what you're capable of. Because unless you understand your own ability, you will always be looking out and looking at people and wondering why people seem better than you, because everybody is better than you in one aspect, but you're also better from the others in one aspect. So this is what we are calling self-awareness. Self-awareness is about understanding yourself, about understanding your skills and your abilities, because once you understand yourself, then you can be able to take yourself to the next level. And I know many of us have been brought up in our childhood. That is where most of us lost the self-awareness. When we grew up, our childhood for many people was a mixed bag of things. We experienced very confusing signals from our environment. We were caught up between unconditional love, caught up between rules and tradition, what is right and what is wrong. Sometimes we were humiliated and some people were even abused. And what did we make up of all these mixed signals we got from our upbringing? We came up with our interpretation of life. And one thing that many people learned is they learned to shut off their intuition. And somebody said many people before they are 12 years, they have heard the word no more times than the word yes. So we realize that whatever we are doing seems to be wrong, and we learn to get information and ideas from our circumstances of what is right and what is wrong. So we lost our innate ability of understanding the right and the wrong, and we actually ended up shutting that intuitive feeling. And in 300 BC, a Greek scholar called Socrates, I know many of you know him, wrote a statement that said, an unexamined life is not worth living. And 2,000 years later, in the 20th and 21st century, scientists have been able to explore this idea, and they've understood what the Greek scholar actually meant. They have understood that self-awareness is actually synonymous to human well-being and flourishing, that unless you know who you are and what you can do and your capabilities, you're maybe, as the Greek scholar said, it's not worth living. So self-awareness, according to a lady called Debbie Ford, is the ability to take an honest look at your life without the attachment of wrong and right or good and bad. I know this is quite an unlearning to do, because all of us know life in terms of right and wrong. Is this the right place? Is it the right thing to do? Is this the right word to say? Is this the wrong place even to park? Recently, I was in a mall, and I just got in, and I'm used to being told, park on the right. There are guards there to tell you, park here, park there. In that particular parking, there was nobody to tell me where to park. And actually, I realized it was a bit tough for me to decide where to park. It's like we are so used to being instructed, park here, do this, don't do this. At work, it is, you broke this law, you didn't do this, you didn't use this, you are not using the policy well, or there's a new policy on how to manage people, there's a new policy of this, and all of us kind of shut off our intuition, our natural ability to know what is right and wrong. And this is where we want to take ourselves back to in this self-awareness journey, going back to who you are really and what matters to you, because unless you know who you are and what you're capable of doing, it is almost impossible for you to change and to improve yourself. And self-awareness, like any other thing, is a journey. And then again, it's something that we all learn. I know sometimes some people feel there are people who understand themselves better, and for me, I don't seem to understand myself, but this is something you can learn. And the most liberating thing in life is to be able to understand yourself and what you're capable of doing. A little bit about my story. I think the self-awareness would be very critical for me, how I was able to just get to understand who I am. And as I told you last time, I'm the typical girl of grow up, go to school, go to university, get a job, get married, get babies, and live happily thereafter. But after working for around 15 years, I realized that there was something deep inside of me that always felt that there's something more I need to do. And after fighting it for so long, in the year 2013, I decided to resign from my 8-to-5 job, because something for sure deep inside of me kept reminding me that I was in the wrong career path. And before this 2013, I had changed my career several times. I'm trained as an English and literature teacher. In between, the job I was doing when I left was a human resource officer. I had done several other things in between, including being a trainer, including even working for the government as a provincial administration. As a provincial administrator. And all this time I always felt I'm not using the skills. There's something inside of me that feels that I'm not using what I have very well. So in 2013 I tendered the resignation, and I actually felt that unless I move out and really understand myself, it would be hard to really know what I want. So anyway, at that point I didn't know exactly that I needed to understand myself, but I left anyway. And I thought that maybe doing business would help me to be able to understand myself. So from 2013 to 2017, I was doing small businesses here and there, keeping chicken, running a small restaurant. But I always felt, but in 2017, I noticed that the nudge that was telling me I'm not using myself, my capabilities very well, never went away. So in 2017, I think I had to ask God to help, because I felt there's something more. In around 2017 of August, I got a message, I think, that came so clear in my mind that really changed everything of how I looked about life. In that message, a message came to me and just said, "Dare be you." And this is the title of a book I've written called Dare Be You, Greatness Awaits, 7 Steps to Jumpstart Your Journey Towards the Person You Are Meant to Be. So this is very deep and real to me. So in 2017, by that time, I was really confused. Now, I had left job 8 to 5. I was doing small businesses, but I still felt there's something more. And at that moment, I really wasn't sure I wanted to be me. I was looking for something more inspiring, more exciting to be, not me who seemed confused and lost. And a few of my friends, if you ask, know actually how lost I was. Nonetheless, these words just opened a new chapter in my life. I always say it is that Alice in Wonderland moment, because I went to explore what exactly is Dare to Be You. For the first time, I was able to ask myself, who am I and what am I capable to be? And exploring this question of who am I, what I'm capable of doing, actually unfolded and opened a new chapter in my life that I'm still trying to understand. And from that moment, I was able to understand that I'm not just any ordinary woman. Actually, nobody is ordinary. All of us are created in the image of the great Creator, and we are fashioned uniquely. And I think that is when we miss, if we don't try to understand ourselves, we miss our uniqueness. And our uniqueness is we represent a unique part of the great Creator. So our uniqueness is what you need to understand, because once you understand how unique you are, then you cannot be able to upgrade yourself. So how do you do all these things? Something that really helped me to be able to understand myself was I went online while exploring the idea of daring to be myself. I stumbled upon a personality test. There are so many personality tests online. But actually, I realized when you take those personality tests, it's able to unfold. Because sometimes you feel what you feel. It helps you understand why you feel the way you feel, why you see things the way you see, because all of us have different perspective of how things are. So actually, when I went to do a test online, which I did what you call MBIT test, I'll share the link of where you can find the test. I was able to understand for the first time that actually I'm an introvert, yes. And being an introvert, there's a way I view life. And being an introvert, from the test, I was able to establish something interesting, that naturally I'm a mediator, which for sure I am. That from the test, I was able to understand that I am something called an INFP, that I'm introverted, that I'm intuitive, that I feel a lot and actually use a lot of feeling to judge things and prospecting. And there's nothing wrong about that. It's a uniqueness that I should embrace and use it. And while using my uniqueness, I can be able to change the world and impact the world and actually move myself to where I want to be. So an INFP like me, you'll be able to explore what is yours. There are around 16 personality tests in that MBIT, and there are so many other tests. Explore as much as you can, because it opens for you ideas and information about yourself that are very critical in this personal upgrade journey. So once I understood that I'm an INFP, I was able to understand that the careers, and those careers are actually very attractive and very close to my heart, that I am actually naturally a teacher, that I am a counselor or a coach, and this is what made me decide to be a life coach. And I feel being a life coach is in line with who I am, and I'm more at peace with who I am. So that is what we call self-awareness in summary. Of course, there are so many other things about self-awareness, but just to remind you that start with a personality test. Understand who you are, and then once with an understanding of who you are, then we can move to the next level. And now understand, so how do you believe in yourself? So that will be our next topic, how to believe you in yourself. But please remember to do a personality test. It's a free test online. Understand who you are and start loving and understanding the unique person created by God to do unique purpose. Thank you very much. I'm your host again, Winnie. Hope to see you next time. And please remember to share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's learn together. Thank you.